LSD versus DMT. Which one should you take?
Wait. Before we actually start this stuff, if you stay until the end of this video, I'm gonna show you how you can get access to an amazing, mind-blowing, secret community of drug abusers. Back to you.
Alright guys, so LSD versus DMT. Which one should you take? Should you take any? Should you take both? I don't know, but after we are done discussing this, maybe I have helped you make your decision. Alright, so first I want to talk about how they kind of compare to each other. So LSD is this long ass ride, right? It's like driving from like Michigan to Florida. Okay? It's a long drive, right? And along this drive, you have more chances to essentially get in a car accident. That's how I see LSD, okay? Whereas with DMT, it's a short drive. It's kind of like, I'm just going to go to, what is it called? I'm just going to go to the store. I'm gonna go to the store down the road. I'll be back in time for dinner, maybe to get it in. I don't know. You see what I mean? And so, which one should you choose and why? Like, should you take the long vacation, or should you just go to the park right down the road? That's the question. And the answer is more complicated than that, unfortunately. It really depends on what you're looking for, first of all. And you really have to define the type of DMT experience you're looking for, because you can do a lower dose DMT experience where, you're still tripping balls, but you're not like tripping balls. You're not like gone. Like, you can look around and you can still comprehend that, hey, I'm in this dimension, okay? And so there's that level of DMT tripping, and then there's complete ego death DMT tripping, where you're not in this dimension of reality, meaning you're basically unaware of your body. Whereas with LSD, well, it's the same thing essentially. And so the question becomes, the real question is, would you rather take a long trip or a short trip? And the answer probably isn't what you'd expect. So it really depends on, I guess, your level. I call it your level of evolution. Because if you are, let's just say, you consider yourself more generally intelligent than most. Maybe you're like that. Let's say you got your group of friends and you consider yourself like, yeah, I'm probably deeper than these fools. For lack of better words, like, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You talk to your friends, you compare what they say to what you say about particular topics, and you can gauge. You're like, yeah, I'm more intelligent than these guys. Not being cocky or anything, but it is what it is. Now, if you are that person, I would probably recommend DMT, but I'd only recommend it if you weren't looking to really go deeper. I know it's kind of what's the word, contradictory? I don't know. I can't think of the word. Maybe that's the right word. It's not the thing you'd expect, right? Because most people pretty much equate going deeper with DMT. But I don't agree, unless you've never had ego death. Like, if you've never had ego death, then debatable. But once you have ego death, then I don't agree. I actually think LSD can cause you to have quote unquote deeper experiences. But I guess what a deeper experience is to one may not be that deep to another. So this might be particular I can't say that word, particularly subjective. But I would still argue that it's very objective. But the reason is that I recommend DMT for not going deeper is because of this. This is why. It goes back to the idea of neuroplasticity. So if you don't know what neuroplasticity is or have no idea what it is, let me see if I can like break it down in like layman terms. Basically, how can I even put this? Oh man. Let's say it's like, you know what? I'm not even going to murder it. I'm not going to murder the actual definition of it. But I'm going to put it this way. Let's say that DMT has a less likely chance to drastically change you permanently than LSD due to neuroplasticity. So let's say you have this personality, this idea of who you are, and then you take DMT and LSD. I'm saying that DMT has less of a chance to drastically change your personality. Okay? And the reason why I say that is because it's extremely short. It's like 5 minutes. Whereas with LSD, it's like 9 to 12 hours, okay? And so let's imagine this scenario. Let's say you have, oh, here we go again. My mind is failing. My memory's trashed. Oh my God. Hold on. Let me take this all in. Oh, okay, we're getting serious. What was I even talking about? This is why you don't do drugs, ladies and gentlemen. Your memory gets fried. But my memory was fried beforehand, so I don't even know. Hold on, let me collect myself and try to remember what I was talking about.
Why, hello there. If you don't mind, out of the kindness of your gentle heart, could you please like the fuck out of this video?
I don't know what I was talking about, but hopefully what I'm about to talk about is still relevant to what I was talking about. So basically, why you'd want to do DMT over LSD if you weren't looking for a drastic personality change is because DMT is shorter. It's like 5 minutes, LSD is like 9 to 12 hours. And if you have a bad trip on LSD, you are screwed. You are screwed. You're going to be drastically changed personality-wise. And the reason is because of neuroplasticity, okay? Whereas with DMT, because it only lasts 5 minutes, and you have a bad trip, you are most likely not going to be screwed at all. And the reason is because of neuroplasticity. It's think of it kind of like a habit. Like a habit takes, it takes like what does the studies say? I can't remember, like 30 to 80 days or something to build a habit. You see, it takes a long time. And so it takes a long time for something to be ingrained in you. And so if you do something once, it's not ingrained in you. Now, imagine if you're on this LSD trip for 12 hours, having this horrible trip. Well, now that type of thinking and potentially that type of feeling, in my case, is going to be ingrained in you at the end of the trip because of how long it is. Whereas with DMT, it won't be because of, how long it is, because it's short. And so, basically, unless you are looking to potentially screw yourself up like I did, I would recommend DMT. But at the same time, if you are like me, and you're like, man, yeah, it could screw me up because it's so long, and if I get stuck in that length of a bad trip, I might potentially screw myself up for a lifetime, like myself, at least right now it's been a lifetime. It's been close to a decade and I'm still completely screwed from this one bad trip, right? And I've had plenty of bad trips before, but it's particularly a long LSD trip that really messed me up. And so, if you're willing to take that risk because, for science and because I gotta know the truth, you have this desire to crave truth, and you're like, I got to know, I got to reach the higher state of consciousness, and I must maintain it in my daily life. If that's you, well, LSD may be the one you're looking for. Now, on another note, the actual experience of LSD versus DMT, they're similar in some ways and obviously different in others. I mean, enough said, right? That's as general as it gets, and that pretty much can be said about everything, right? But I would say DMT is really close to doing mushrooms. You might notice different things about the visuals, but overall, if you've done mushrooms, doing DMT is very, very close to the same thing. Like the experience is very similar. Like it has that ancient feeling. You know what I'm talking about if you've done mushrooms or DMT. It has that ancient feeling because everything suddenly gives this, I don't know, it has this ancient vibe. Like the color tone, I don't know, it just becomes ancient. Whereas with LSD, it doesn't become like that at all. And so that's a huge difference. They both can give you higher conscious states. They can both propel you into a higher state of consciousness. But yeah, that's really all there is that you could argue is different. Besides the hardcore ego death experience of DMT. But I would argue that LSD can be just as, if not more intense, just because of the length of it alone. God. But yeah, so hopefully this gave you some insight into which one you should do. Now obviously I can't tell you to do one or the other, but I gave you my insight based on what I would do. Now I don't know what you would do, but I know what I would do. And I would probably do both of them because I have done both of them, right? So it's like, well, I've done both of them, so I would do both of them. But if I was doing it for the first time, and it was my first psychedelic experience, it would probably have to be, it'd probably have to be DMT because it's short. If it goes bad, it won't be bad for that long. And therefore, I probably won't be messed up. So yeah, deuces.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the entire video. Hope you liked that stuff. But if you want to hang out more, right? Because who doesn't want to hang out with me? Be sure to check the link. I don't know where it's at actually. Where is it? I don't know. It might be in the description. It might be in the comments. Maybe it's even on this video. There's a link, okay? Click that, okay? And subscribe to my mailing list. And from there, you can get access to my amazing, super spectacular, awesome, secret community of drug abusers. It's pretty cool though. Seriously though. Click the link. Check it out. See you there.